All right, it's me once again, KNG, here to give you a movie review on Creed 3. Now, after the second one, you thought, all right, what's it going to be like? But this one, this was intense. And I am so glad Sylvester Stallone was not in this movie. This movie did not need Rocky. This was family business. Yes. Now, when I talk about family, the theme of the movie was, am I my brother's keeper? Right? So you had Adonis Creed, growing up in the group home, and he had a brother, or somewhat like a brother, in the group home, right? So definitely that played out a big part. But then you also had the survivor's remorse, right? Him going and accomplishing things, and now he feels guilty about what he's accomplished and how he left somebody, you know what I mean, in a traumatic situation. Now, it definitely touched close when they talk about 1 out of 3 black men are going to be incarcerated, are going to be in the judicial system, right? So it basically was saying, don't forget about those brothers that are locked up, right? Am I my brother's keeper? Because these people are in a system that is all but forgotten them, abandoned, and they have to struggle to survive. You know what I mean? They get out a bit harsher, a bit grimier, not understanding the nuances of the world, and um, really just feel alone. But um, this one had a more theatrical approach to the boxing. You know what I mean? Where it wasn't just straight boxing, it was a bit of the, you know, dramatics as far as sweat being knocked off, from power punches, um, slow reels to see, openings, and so it was a little bit of that, and then it showed um, one fighter fighting against the bars, fighting against prison, fighting against his hard life, right? The other one fighting against his abandonment issues, or survivor's remorse, how he left somebody there, how he grew up, uh, in tow with his brother, and now he just left him, to rot in the cell, pretty much. So definitely, this movie did not need Rocky because it was too personal to not only black people but also to Adonis Creed, and having it a feature black film that really captivated, and then the tragedy of the story, how his mother wanted to keep Adonis from going back down the wrong path after she rescued him, to try to cut ties with people that could probably pull him back into a lifestyle that was detrimental to him. So she didn't want that, and she cut it. She intentionally made sure that they didn't communicate. But now, you know, she is going on to greatness, which was done beautifully. You know what I mean? And really interwove um, the Rocky Theos into the Creed as well, with Apollo and how she felt about um, Apollo and how she felt about Adonis, and tying it together. I mean, it was really emotional. No one, I mean, if you followed Rocky from the beginning, you would have definitely felt that, like, because Apollo was your boy. You know what I mean? Apollo was the man. And not knowing why Apollo fought, but knowing that he was great, and now seeing that his son fights for that greatness, echoed from his father, is definitely. And then the one kind of unifying piece from his father, other than the ring, was his surrogate mother, and she passed away. Not to give you too much of it, because I did, but she did. So definitely moving moment, and it went on to talk about communication and relationships, how to talk about pain and trauma and feelings, with your significant other, how to go into what is the real, you know what I mean? Because sometimes people like to cover it up, sugarcoat it, move on, and push through it, but still hurting, still suffering from the pain that they hold on to, and just suffer in silence. But this really opened up that journey as well, of people healing and communicating. So movie was good. Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a 9.1. The only thing I didn't like about the movie is that he had a daughter. Oh, I know you're gonna hate me for this, but he had a daughter, right? I'm a son's father, so I'm a boy dad. But it's not just about being a boy dad. It's about passing the mantle, right? And we're getting caught up in our community as far as passing the mantle to black women. And I'm not saying that black women can't be great, can't, do well in any position that they're put in, but what about the men? So, as we talk about, 1 in 3 men are going to the judicial system, and they're going to basically rot, suffer in silence. Are women going to look into picking these men up, or is it going to be, am I my brother's keeper, right? So 33% of these men are in some kind of criminal judicial affair, but who's going to be there for them? And I just feel like it should have been the mantle being passed to another man. Rocky had a son. He might have had daughters too. Creed is the son of Apollo, true enough, but can we get another son on the horizon? You see what I did there? It's okay. I'm clever. So I wish it was a son. I wish it, because the woman is, or his daughter, looks to be picking up the mantle. It was very, very different as far as his daughter not, and that's my son back there. By as you can hear, he was like, yeah, she needed a son too. But she was deaf. His daughter was deaf, and that was a great piece to the movie, because signing and being able to communicate in different ways definitely echoed the communication piece in the movie, right? Where the one is communicating with the people that's locked up, and like I said, his mother didn't want that communication between his, um, you know, jailmate brother, basically. And two is the communication and relationships between Adonis and his wife. And then three is the sign language communication between his the father and the daughter, and also the mother and the daughter. But you often see him communicating with his daughter as she's trying to pick up the mantle, be like her father, and become a boxer. So definitely the movie was all about communication and about survivors' guilt, and am I my brother's keeper? So 9.1, I give the film. Wish it could have been a little boy instead of a girl. But is there an opportunity for a fourth film? And he has the titles now, so I don't know. I don't know. He's old, as they kind of pointed out, but Rocky Balboa was old, and he still came back. Um, so I don't know. I don't know, but good movie nonetheless. And let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. Peace.